The MIAA postseason is here, and the BR Trojans open up their postseason run, taking on Algonquin here at the regional. Good evening, everybody. John Luck along with Dominic Damiano. We'll have Corey Cloudman join us in just a little bit. As you see there, this is the Division II football tournament first round, and Dom, these are two teams that haven't seen postseason play in a number of years. For Algonquin, this is their first postseason game since 2016, and for Bridgewater Rainham, their first home playoff game in 7 years.
Yeah, we talked about this prior to, John, on a little pre-interview with Coach Bain, and you mentioned, I think you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about this could come down to, scoring not till the second half. I mean, these teams are evenly matched. Algonquin coming over an unbelievable loss last week to a very talented Leominster team, and BR did exactly what they did to win that last game.
BR taking down Shrewsbury last week, and that was a very interesting final because you were talking about, at the time, a 1-6 football team in Shrewsbury taking on a 4-3 team in Bridgewater Rainham. A lot of people had it going to running time in the fourth quarter, but we opened up the fourth quarter, and it was a one-possession game. So Ian Bain pointed out to the Brockton Enterprise that it actually may be a good thing that BR kind of faced some adversity in the regular season, telling the Enterprise, quote, "I told the guys after that any pretty good team I've been on as a player or a coach, we've always have games like this where you have to win it. You get challenged, but those great teams find a way to win those games, and tonight, last Friday, they did that."
They really did. It was so much fun to watch. Like you said, haven't been in the playoffs in 2017, 2016 for Algonquin. This is going to be a great matchup.
You hear a round of applause here in the stadium. Right now, everybody recognizing the veterans on this Veterans Day weekend that we're about to enter here, and we do thank all the veterans for their service to our country. And on that note, we're going to turn it over to the BR Marching Band for our national anthem. Fans continuing to file in here to the regional for, again, the first home playoff game here at the regional since 2017. And Don, we talked to Ian Bain. You mentioned really the butterflies that these players could be having because, while BR has butterflies, Algonquin could have butterflies as well. As I mentioned, this is their first playoff game since 2016 here. How do you expect the first couple of drives for each side to go here in terms of play calling?
Well, I think they're going to try to exploit their weaknesses, what they've seen for the last 7 games so far. And what I mean for Algonquin, for BR, what they're going to do is Algonquin loves to play zone defense when it comes to the pass and the RPO. BR, I believe Coach Bain, they're going to go right in and try to exploit that. The big thing from Algonquin, what I see, is they love the jet sweep, and they also can throw the ball downfield. So the first team that can get their first pass completed, that's going to end the jitters. And, of course, the first contact.
You see number 44 there for Algonquin as we see the coin toss getting set to take place. That is Owen Ellsworth, and we'll talk a little bit more about him and the outstanding stat line he had back on the 18th. But Dom, another talented running back that the BR Trojans have to face, and we've seen them take on some of these top-tier running backs. How do you stop someone like an Owen Ellsworth?
You have to do what Leominster did to them last week. Your linebacker play and your defensive end play. Sometimes it might be a outside back, or might be a 3-3 look, a 3-4 look. You got to be able to fill those gaps, John. You got to box them in. You can't give them a chance to get to that second level, have a chance for them their linemen to make that secondary block.
Trojans won the toss. They'll defer to the second half, which means we'll see this BR defense coming out here. And we saw last week really a rotation between C.J. Lopes and Delonte Jenkins, and that worked out great on that defensive front four.
It really did. And you know how much I was bragging about.
Excuse me, Deshaun Jenkins.
Deshaun Jenkins. Last week, you know how much I was bragging about that kid. He was just a monster. And what I mean was that kid's, like the kids used to use the expression, he's a beast. And he was a beast. And he was getting his job done. He's filling those A-gaps. And every now and then they'd shine him over. He'd go on the strong side. He'd go outside shade on the B gap if they had to. He's that quick.
So the winner of this game will take on the winner of the 116 matchup, the top seed Catholic Memorial, the 16 seed Quincy. And the wind could play a factor here tonight. As you see, number 4, Liam Snyder, and number 10, Jordan Lopez, awaiting this kick from Jason Kelleher. As the chase for the championship is off and running, low-lying kick that goes flying into the hands of Snyder, who goes across the 25, bounces off a couple of defenders to the 30, gets wrapped up and pulled down at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, here we go. Good field position right away for Algonquin. Let's see how, see if they come out. They're going to run those RPOs. Every now and then I had a chance to talk to, here's a look at it right here, John, on the return. And he gets through, yeah. They actually could have gone back further, but it was a great run by that return man for Algonquin.
Quarterback for the Titans is Will Mahoney, a senior. Ellsworth in the backfield. Mahoney going to throw for the first play. Mahoney gets sacked in the backfield.
That's what you got to do. Great job by the Trojans. Big number 10 coming in for Trojan, Nick Rotundo. Watch this. This is great job. He catches him on the blind side. Just when he thinks he got away, he introduces him to the turf.
And how about, I believe that was Christian Reed, number 25, if my eyes are seeing right there. Very wise, not going for that horse collar tackle. Had the hands up there and said, I'll just let Lopes finish this out in Rotundo.
Yeah, but he slowed him down, though. He did his job.
So a 15-yard loss on the first play of the game for Mahoney. Throws, and that was knocked away by Lopes, and he had a good shot at picking that off.
In the Leominster game last week, Leominster picked off the ball twice early in the game on that same type of play.
And there go the papers. As I said, it is a windy night, but we have some great fans here in front of the press box.
Do you need a paperweight?
I thought I had enough weight, but thank you. That would have been bad. That was the Algonquin roster. BR, I can kind of piece the players together.
I would have to give you my roster, which is fine.
All right, let's try this again here. 3rd and 25 for Will Mahoney. Just trying to get some yardage here for a clean punt. Wrong direction for Ellsworth, who gets knocked down by Rotundo, who came to play here in the postseason.
Oh, my God. Watch now. The one thing that BR watched in the Leominster game, John, they're playing a 5-man front. It's actually a 3-3 look, so your two defensive ends are actually your outside linebackers playing that inside.
So on the opening drive, Algonquin has minus 22 total yards. And that's not going to help. Kicking against the wind. We see Kelleher cutting back to the near side. Gets taken down at the 42 of Algonquin. But nonetheless, some great field position for the offense thanks to what the defense did.
Absolutely. Now, on that return, that was really risky. The way he just picked the ball up, I mean, they got look at Coach Bain right there. I guarantee you he has a couple choice words to say to his punt returner on that one. But here we go, first possession for BR, John.
See, Jack Lambert has Caleb Tripp on his right side, playing out of the shotgun as he always does. Caden Blake on the near side for the first play on offense this postseason for Bridgewater Rainham. And it's a run by Tripp to the near side, gets across the 35 and the 30, tiptoeing the sideline. And they're going to call him out at the 30.
Wow, what a great run by that young man. Did you see how they ISO'd and they blew that left tackle? Watch the guard come around and pull John on that. And right there, he was just out of bounds. Oh, boy. I think I need to give the ref my glasses. That was close.
Great camera work there on the sidelines. Actually in the end zone, but still a new set of downs here as the ball gets moved up to the 30. Letting it fly, going for Blake.
Yes!
Caught! Touchdown, Bridgewater Rainham.
Nice. Very nice. John, we talked earlier about how BR watched past film, how they can exploit that zone coverage. Look at this. He just blows right by him.
We actually have a flag holding on the offense. So as we saw last week, I think it was, two great chances to get on the scoreboard get marred by penalties in the backfield, just trying to protect the quarterback at the very least.
Absolutely. The other thing, though, John, if you think about it, they've already shown, actually that was more man. They were almost like in a, almost like a cover two, a cover one, excuse me, because they were playing man with the receiver.
So it went from a touchdown, now is a 1st and 20. Just about near where this drive started. Lambert to Blake.
Nice.
And nice grab there, making up some of the penalty yardage up to the 25.
I'm telling you right now, that zone's going to kill him. Watch this right here, John. He fades back. He knows he's in the zone. Quick slant. Bang.
Pick up a 15 on the pass. Tripp through the middle of the Titans defense into the red zone up to the 9.
You're telling me he didn't grab his face mask? Watch this right up the middle. This is just a good old-fashioned trap, John. Look at the hole between the center and the left guard. And then when they go to get all the shoulder pad, I thought he might have come across from our angle up here. Nice run by Tripp.
So far on this drive, Bridgewater Rainham got on the scoreboard, had it called off to a penalty, faced a 1st and 20. And now Tripp gets up to about the 8, so maybe about a 1-yard pickup for the senior running back.
Watch how the wing, he'll come, they will take out that defensive lineman, that outside linebacker. 1, 2, 3 guys.
Number 55, Dom Fralicciardi with the pull down of Tripp.
Nice name.
2-yard gain brings up a 2nd and goal here on this opening drive for Bridgewater Rainham on offense.
Watch the passing play right now.
Read the motion man. Lambert serving his receivers. End zone and incomplete. Intended for Finn Kelly.
So we got the call right. He just threw it too late. Watch this, John, as he rolls out. Of course, the play is set up to go to his left. His right, excuse me. He has to throw it as he's in motion going for that pylon. That's how that play's supposed to be set up. He probably didn't want to, he saw the white shirt and got nervous. I mean, it is a playoff game. He did the right thing. He almost made something out of nothing. Because remember, like we talked to Coach Bain, he has more than one option on some of these plays.
Definitely some aggressive play calling here for Bridgewater Rainham. As I mentioned, they were on the scoreboard. Then they faced a 1st and 20, now just 8 yards away from the end zone. Lambert, end zone, touchdown for Kelleher.
We talked about that earlier, quick slant.
Jack Lambert to number 15, Jay Kelleher. Touchdown, Trojans.
Here's another good look at it right there, John. Quick slant right there. He got that corner to lean to his opposite side, obviously, in his God-given speed. He was wide open.
And now Kelleher trying for the rare opportunity here to pick up the 7th point. And with the win, that one could probably make a nice drive, as it does make it a 7-0 game. And we were down the field, Dom, and you could feel the wind really swirling here. And I made it a point. If the ball gets above the tree line here at the regional, the ball could go anywhere.
Absolutely. As we're looking at the flag, basically straight out at us. What's that? Would that be east to west? 11 miles an hour, that's the almanac said.
I might need the North Star to help me out with that one.
Yeah, good. Wind's blowing well.
To give the folks at home an idea of how the wind is here, it's blowing from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen on our main shot. So that'll give you an idea here if you see Kelleher try and angle this kick. As he got the scoring started with an 8-yard reception for a touchdown. Strong kick into the hands of Snyder. And Snyder gets to the 31-yard line, and a flag comes out.
Could be a face mask, unfortunately, against BR.
Number 4, Liam Snyder on the return. Met first by number 81, Colin Pauline. Flag on the play.
Oh, it's against Algonquin.
Titans in charge with holding. That'll bring it back, and they'll start 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line.
All right, now they changed it up, John. They're not. Oh, they are going back to the 5-3 look, and that's exactly is a trouble for Algonquin. They have a problem with a well coached. Look at Mr. Deshaun Jenkins right there at the nose, trying to go around the corner there.
Back the other way, but nowhere to go. And the negative yardage streak continues here for the BR defense.
So on the toss, he sees there's nothing there. Tries to cut the other way. I don't mean to laugh, but again, I'm not the one facing 5 red shirts in front of my face as I'm trying to cut across the grain the other way, if you will.
So Algonquin still looking for their first positive play here tonight. A handoff off tackle that goes into the hands of Ellsworth, it looks like, and he gets pulled down by Lopes, it looks like, initially.
There's another look, like you said, off tackle, out of the eye, and BR closes the door on that. Believe it or not, he might have gotten it. No, they're going to say he didn't get it. For a second, I thought he forward progress gave me out, but there's nothing there tonight right now for Algonquin.
So Ellsworth got the carry, and Ellsworth, unfortunately, is the player down on the field right now. And I mentioned he had a very impressive stat line back on October 18th as we take a look at the carry and the hard fall for number 44.
He fell on his shoulder. Fell on that right shoulder. He's kind of favoring a little bit.
So this was against Marlboro on October 18th. Algonquin won 42-26. 33 carries, a school record 339 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
That's impressive.
His head coach, Mark Allen, said, "I think he's tough. He runs hard downhill, and he's a big kid. Those attributes together are hard, but he works hard. He's a leader. The kids respect him. His teammates love him. As coach and coaches love him, and you have confidence in one of your best players and give him the ball," end quote.
You know, in talking to Mark Allen today, 5th year, 13th year in the program, again, 5th year as head coach of Algonquin.
So now the top rushing weapon is sidelined for the Titans here on 3rd down. Mahoney tipped it away. Intended for number 10, Jordan Lopez, but again, the defense for the Trojans showing strong here in this first quarter.
I don't know why you would go your last 2 offensive possessions in the eye and then this last one try to go do an RPO, and that could have easily been picked off.
As you see number 5 there for the Trojans, Mason Payton had a nice look at what would have been an interception. As the Titans will punt from deep in their own territory. Kelleher again going the wrong way.
Oh, he blew it back.
Comes back to the near side. And a strong block as Kelleher still trying to search for open ground. Kelleher inside the 20.
What a great return and a great block. We'll probably look at it in a minute.
Josh Alexander, and we get a flag, and it may be for this. After we see Kelleher with a nice cut to the near side.
Well, where is the flag? Yeah, they're going to get him on that because he hit him in the shoulder. They're going to say that's not a good call.
Well, there was also I don't know if we saw it on that angle or not, but you could see Alexander turning around, pointing at the player that he just checked out of the way. So that could
unsportsmanlike conduct, maybe. Good ball. Yeah, unsportsmanlike.
Bingo. Yeah, when Alex...
That should be at the end of the return. Yep, that should be at the end of the return. So it's 15 from the 20. Remember, we're not playing NCAA rules anymore. We're playing National High School Federation rules.
So there's no 2-minute timeout here is what you're saying.
There you go. I mean, the NF's, again, the National High School Federation High School, they try to do more with, safety of the kids and stuff like that. There's Tripp again.
Here comes Tripp trying to cut back to the near side and gets stopped for about a gain of 4 on the play as Corey Cloudman joins us here.
Oh, that's not Skip Grossman? I said that's not Skip Grossman.
Just trying to beat the traffic from Brockton to Bridgewater, and you know how that is.
Oh, yeah.
So what did I miss?
You missed a great offensive series. BR had a touchdown call back, and then they ran a couple quick slants. And
here's Lambert getting some protection, looking downfield for Blake, but that's going to be too far as some good defense there from Dylan Poirier.
You mean when he was pulling his jersey?
Little contact going down there the left side of the field.
Yeah, watch the way he comes. He's already pulling his jersey. The reason why he can't catch up to the ball is because he's being pulled back.
Dom's been very positive of the officials here in the first, 6.5 minutes or so.
Dom's a fan of the zebras. You know why zebras are striped, John?
Why is that?
Because they don't want to be spotted.
Hey.
That's awesome.
So a 3rd and 5 with 5:48 to go here in the opening quarter of this first round matchup. Oh, nice grab there. And incomplete.
Yeah, a little trap right there, John.
Intended for Will Porter Jr.
4th and 5 for the Trojans.
I would go for it on the 30.
Definitely that weird spot for coaches in terms of no man's land.
Yeah, we talked about this last time, John. The field goal kicker, I don't think has the leg for this one, and your punter has to really be kind of accurate for a coffin corner. So, yeah, I think you're doing the right move here.
And Algonquin has minus 22 yards of total offense as Tripp comes back to join his quarterback in the backfield on 4th down.
I just run the trap. Nope.
Lambert throws underneath. That is caught by Reach at least by a few yards up to the 28.
The linebacker there, number 55, Dom, the one with the long Italian name, Fratatati there, was right there.
Valachardi.
Yeah, I missed a vowel.
A lot of vowels now.
Yeah, Dom name's just not very good.
Well, he is Italian.
Yeah, but I don't know. You get cursed
like
with
a
that
dumb
last
Irishman like me, you know.
Oh, jeez.
It's a Friday night now.
Now, if they're smart, they're going back to the eye. The eye didn't work. The eye didn't work your last 3 offensive possessions.
That's going back to the old BR formation.
Tried to dive the ball, nothing there.
Unless they're trying to set up for some sort of play action that they have in their back pocket here, I would say they're probably just trying to be conservative here.
Right, just tried to dive the ball. But you know what? This is your what? Is this their fourth one, John, offensively for them now, or for Algonquin, their fourth offensive possession in this first half?
Third offensive possession for the Titans here.
And the only one play they ran was out of the spread, and now
Mahoney getting rushed and was getting chased down by Chuck Swenson, and
they're going to call this a touchdown, maybe?
No, they're going to.
Refs are kind of discussing that.
No, they're going to say it's incomplete. That should be intentional grounding. There was nobody near him.
He wasn't outside the pocket either.
Yeah, the closest guy was.
So we can check out the replay here.
There's 6. He's down. There's nobody. The closest guy was John Talbot, number 75, your outside tackle.
And I don't think he runs too many routes. No.
Yep.
The flag did come out.
Should be a loss of down. Yeah, intentional grounding against. Heck, we're way up here and we can see it.
Without vision, too.
That's true.
So the troubles definitely continuing here for the Titans, who again playing their first playoff game in 8 seasons. And we're certainly seeing both sides here when we talk about the Butterflies. Bridgewater-Rainham coming out with that extra adrenaline push, and Algonquin just trying to piece something together here as they face a 4th and 10. And
I mean, Algonquin was a 2-win team for the past couple of years, and they haven't made the playoffs since 2016. So, I mean, this is kind of like uncharted territory for them.
So this is actually 3rd down, and it's still going to be far away as that pass was completed for a pickup of 1 to number 10, Jordan Lopez.
So, see, now they go to the spread. They move the ball only for a yard, but they move the ball.
Right.
The only thing they were worried, one of the things that they're worried, there's a quick slant right there. BR ate that right up. The only thing they do different is when they go to the eye or the power eye, BR will play 5 down linemen, and then when they go to the spread, BR will go 4, and they'll bring back, I believe, number 10 as the other linebacker.
And Bridgewater-Rainham will face their worst field position in this game, their own 38-yard line. Their first possession starting on their own side of the field.
Terrible punt, but, I mean, obviously gets those bounces going down the field. They actually get a pretty decent, punt out of it. But
well, that wind, look at that wind in that flight. That probably definitely helped him, too, a little bit.
It was definitely whipping because I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts and my car door flew open and hit the side of a car, and it was a whole thing. So, yeah, it is moving.
Nobody called the police or nothing?
I don't know. They haven't caught me yet.
Right.
That'll be the halftime entertainment.
Yeah.
We'll start the 3rd quarter. Oh, woe's Corey as he gets cuffed away.
Yeah. We've got something better to do.
Trojans back out here on offense for the 3rd time in this game. Tripp trying to navigate the offensive line will pick up about 4 or 5 yards.
So excuse me for the old coach in me, and it comes out a lot. They're going to play with 4 down linemen out of the spread offense. Look how they blow that trap wide open.
Yeah, they've been doing that for most of this year, and I think it might be the new offense that they brought in, and it's kind of like what we've wanted to see for BR for the past, 10 years or so. Just kind of open it up, and like you said, fewer offensive linemen and more skill position players, and we've definitely seen that this year.
See, they had 4. Algonquin's playing with. They're probably going to stunt this linebacker, this weak side linebacker, unless you're going to fall back. No, he's going to fall back, but still look at Tripp.
Tripp bounces off a defender, and they'll give him the initial positive yards, so very small pickup. Still going to bring up 3rd and about 5 for the Trojans.
And what we saw a lot out of Tripp, I don't know if we've seen it tonight. I haven't seen too much of him, but he has a lot of yak kind of guys, a lot of yards after contact. He's not going to go down after the first guy, and you have to get 2 or 3 linebackers committed just to him running the ball. Right. That opens up a ton over the middle of the field.
Well, you know why he didn't take off for the other, because he's averaging, I think, just watch him like 3 yards a carry besides this last one.
Yep.
Is this tackle, right? I'll get his number in a minute. He blew that center, took the knees, he subbed him, and Tripp ran into him. There's a quick slant
Lambert
right there.
completes it to Kelleher, gets the first down into Algonquin territory to the 47-yard line.
And I think that's part of the result of doing that play action, the trip. Your linebackers have to commit up.
Yep.
Because they know he's coming up there. They have to commit because they're going to have to make a tackle. It leaves that wide open over the middle of the field for an easy, 5, 10, 15-yard throw across the middle on an easy slant.
The other thing we were talking about, Corey, I was watching the Leominster game last week when they got blown out 40-6.
Yep.
They can't play zone that good, Algonquin, and that's just a quick look right there when they do the quick slants. They give them. BR's going to take advantage of that all day.
Right, and I think BR has a few more athletes too, just being a bigger school.
Kelleher
It's time and
ripped looking downfield for Blake. And Dom, I mentioned this, and Corey obviously wasn't here, but when that ball goes above the tree lines like that pass did, you could see the wind start to sail that a few extra yards past Blake.
But you know what it looked like, honest John, besides that? He was initially looking for Kelleher, and then he looked back for Blake to his right. But you're right. I mean, of course, the ball's up there in the upper hemisphere or whatever with the wind, with that crazy wind.
Yeah, it's got solar burns on its way down.
Yeah, right. But he did look like his initial look was to Kelleher.
Kelly, the motion man here on second down.
Another one.
Oh, he's got him.
Field for Blake again. A couple yards too long there for Blake.
John, I think so. Remember the last game against Dartmouth we did? He was throwing dimes down the field and kind of perfect. Like I said, he missed a few of them, but he put the ball right where only his receiver could catch it. No defensive back could even make a move on it. Today, you think the wind might be just a little bit too much because it seems like his touch is just off, not by much. You've seen the past two throws there. Very easily could have been a touchdown pass.
Lambert got drilled on that play, too.
He did.
That linebacker number 53, tell his name in a minute, but he labeled him.
3 passing plays so far on this drive, 2 of them incomplete. Make that 3 incomplete passes for Jack Lambert.
A little contact there. But
again, they brought the guy. Those 2 defensive linemen for, here's a look at it right here. See how they get in there right away. And the only thing you saw was the guy coming across.
Right. 2 defenders there, maybe threw that a little low, even though his receiver couldn't catch it, just to get himself out of trouble there.
Owen Ellsworth, number 44, the other linebacker who plays that left side, he was right in Lambert's face.
Kelly coming on for the kick.
Wind against him, too.
See if he can take advantage of the breeze, get it up there, maybe get a good roll. There you go.
Ooh, perfect.
Booming kick.
Oh, that's gonna.
And it took a momentary BR bounce, but
beautiful
roll into
spiral
the end zone for a touchback.
Beautiful spiral punt right there.
That's all right. Watch this. Oh, I thought it was going to bounce back.
If it went straight up, yeah, that's an easy catch for BR.
That's all right. If I was the gunner on the special teams for BR, I'd still be at the line of scrimmage.
2-stroke motor, trying to start it up.
Algonquin has yet to have a drive that's lasted more than 2 minutes.
Here we go. They go back. Now they're going, guys. Now they're going to the spread.
Here we go. Yeah, maybe they were listening to you a little bit, Dom.
But you could see it.
Mahoney. That's going to be complete for maybe a yard, if anything, but that is completed to Snyder.
So that's 2 completed passes.
Ooh, tipped a little bit there.
Yeah, it was.
Number 72, Deshaun Jenkins.
And how about number 55 for the Titans? Bellichardi kind of giving Snyder some protection there to at least catch the ball.
Right.
Exactly. Just try to do a little slip screen there, and BR read it well.
Inside the final minute here of the first quarter, Mahoney completes the pass to the far side, Poirier.
Great tackle there. That was staying home doing your job right there as a defensive back.
You know, a lot of times you see these younger kids, they bite on their hips with these very athletic athletes like that, and he just read the ball all the way.
Right.
Caden Barnard with the big hit there.
Nose on the ball, right, Dom?
Yep, absolutely, all day. Remember what they say, hips don't lie.
Right, Shakira said that, I think.
Yeah, Shakira said that. She used to tell the kids, what's his hip? If he's going to go right, he's going to go right. If he's going to go left, he's going to go left.
I remember her at football practice.
Hell of a cheerleader.
Not a great football player, though.
So we're through one quarter of play here at the regional. A 7-0 lead for the BR Trojans, thanks to Jason Kelleher and an 8-yard touchdown reception. But how about the pressure the BR defense is putting on Will Mahoney? Just look at the last 2 passes that he's completed.
Yep.
2 completed passes, 0 combined yards.
Yeah, I mean, that just goes to show. I mean, BR is a fast, big, athletic team. I think they're getting by some of these, maybe not so athletic offensive linemen. And Mahoney doesn't have the time to let the play really develop. And I think that's why they went to the spread offense. I think they were going with the I formation, and it's kind of just not developing. They're just getting beat too fast. So now they're kind of trying to spread it out a little bit, and he's still getting chased down quite a bit, as we saw in the intentional grounding. And I think they need to just kind of give him a little bit more time to let things open up. But, yeah, great job by BR defense, being athletic. Again, staying home, as we saw the tackle on the side there. Great job, yeah. I mean, hey, you haven't let up a score yet. Keeping them to one possession, one 4-down possession a series. So
the only way they're going to beat the front 5 of BR is they're going to shorten their splits, and they're not going to do it because they're going to start stepping on each other, and you're going to get nobody to pull if they want to try to come around, with a sweep or something or a toss.
Algonquin negative 21 yards of offense in that first quarter. Maybe switching side to the field will help as Mahoney breaks free across the 20 and will get across the 25 to about the 26 before he's pushed out.
Nice read by that young man. He knew he was in trouble and made something out of nothing. That was a great run.
Yeah, that's again is, play's not developing. He can't see, over his big offensive lineman. Goes out and makes a good play, improvises and able to get some good yardage.
Oh, we got a flag? Oh, no, the quarterback's hurt. It looks like Mahoney's down.
Down goes Mahoney.
So this is the second injury here tonight. We saw Ellsworth go down, but he did return as we see Pete Smith checking in on
Pete the trainer on scene.
Checking in on the Algonquin quarterback, and here comes the Titans trainer.
That is actually the head coach. That is actually Mark Allen.
Well, we're looking at Coach Fernandez right now for BR on TV. A long-time offensive and defensive line coach.
Folks, let's clap in that player.
Well, hopefully he's just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, and he'll be back because they need.
Who's that?
They need him. They need Mahoney.
So looks like next up will be
Michael Lefebvre.
Lefebvre. There you go. See what he's all about.
Welcome to the playoffs, Mike.
Yeah, junior. Plays quarterback and linebacker. Let's see what he does.
Well, what about the position this puts Mark Allen in? Obviously, 2 big injuries. One of them, it looks like, was just maybe had the wind knocked out of him in the case of Ellsworth. But now you're dealing with a quarterback that's been shaken up a little bit. You had the running back that was shaken up a little bit. And just like that, you're punting the ball once again on another 3-and-out.
Yeah, it's just catching that momentum, John. I don't think, and just haven't gotten it yet. Oh, they got a little trickery going on.
Yeah,
here.
try to go hard count. Oh, they thought he might have flinched, but he didn't. That's what the linebackers were saying for BR.
Strong kick goes over the head of Kelleher, and
let it go.
Talk about a lucky roll for Algonquin. BR will start from inside their own 10 to the 9.
I'm BR, come right out. You know what? Screw that. We're going to go play action, throw it deep. You get the ball, the wind against you a little bit here. Throw the ball deep. Maybe Lambert can, throw a couple dimes. See if you can get this game wide open.
I haven't seen a roll like that in a long time.
63
It was at a bakery, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was at a bakery, right?
Yeah. That was probably the best roll.
A 63-yard punt and a roll to help out the Titans here, and maybe this is the break they need as BR will start from their own 10-yard line.
I say air it out.
They're going to hurt him right now. They're only playing with 4 linemen, 4 defensive linemen, and they're playing that 4-3.
Lambert
Quick slant again.
completes the pass to Kelleher
Nice.
across the 20, breaks away from his defender, wrapped up and taken down by number 5, Anthony Bassard, but a big pickup there for Kelleher.
Great play right here.
Look at that quick slant. Now he gets him there, right? Now watch. If he doesn't make a clean tackle, he's off to the races.
Oh, absolutely. And that's man-to-man right there. They're trying to keep, you know what I mean? I think they do have to kind of drop to a zone a little bit here. I think.
Well, right now it looks like they're playing cover 1 because everyone else is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Those other backs.
Right. I think Algonquin's kind of thinking, too, they don't want their corners getting burnt here. Give them a little bit more of a buffer here.
18-yard pickup for the Trojans. New side downs. Caleb Tripp across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the BR senior running back continuing to pick up those small gains here in this first half.
That was just a quick ISO right there. Nice play.
Yeah, Tripp. John and I have seen him. You give him a little bit of space. You don't get good contact on him within the first couple of yards. He is off.
He was like that in the Shrewsbury game last week, but here I think he's a lot stronger.
Now Tripp goes to the far side of the field, right near the Algonquin sideline, next to Finn Kelly. Empty backfield here for Lambert. Goes to the near side, completes the pass to Reed at the 38-yard line.
I think right there, Dom, they're kind of doing exactly what you were saying is that they have so much space between these receivers. They're playing kind of a zone, kind of a man zone kind of play. They're getting this wide open. Everybody is going to be wide open at some point. Yeah, maybe it might not be a home run play, but you are going to get these kind of breaks.
Almost saw 2 of them.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to answer Corey's call. We're going to throw that deep ball and try to
I think you might see it at some point here. Lambert's got an arm on him.
Lambert has 61 passing yards so far in this first half, but it's Tripp in the ground game taking over across the 40, and he takes 3 Algonquin defenders across the 45 to the 47.
And that might have been a setup play right there. You know, your coach, you go, hey, look, we'll give it to our strong running back, see if we can get like 4 or 5 yards here, bring those linebackers and safety up, do another play action and throw it deep, see if I can find one of my athletes, maybe Reed or, Porter down the sideline.
Calvin Crispo, the middle linebacker, had to come across and make that play. Otherwise, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Crispo took a ride for a couple yards, too.
He was like a carry-on.
Right.
So once again, BR moving the chains, continuing to wind that clock down. Completes the pass to Kelly to the far side. And Finn Kelly gets pulled down at the 40 into Algonquin territory.
They were riding Kelly like an old trolley through the city. He was not going down.
What?
Watch him. They had people jumping on every block.
Butterfield and the other outside cornerback, Butterfield and Bassard, they had big-time miscommunication.
And a penalty comes out here against the BR Trojans. This will be their 3rd penalty of the game.
So we got a hold? Is that what that was?
I think so. I didn't catch it. So 1st and 15. An eligible man.
I looked down. I didn't get a chance to see what the line is. I would throw that slant again till you beat me, or I'd trap the middle with. There he was.
51's a lucky winner. Looks like from
Looks
the replay.
like it. Yep.
Yeah, wait till he sees that on film.
There we go. There's play
Lambert
action.
Take the hand off, going downfield, intercepted.
Underthrew it.
So Jack Lambert with his first mistake of the game, intercepted by Poirier.
Underthrew it.
So if we can see the replay, I'm sure we will. I think Reed might have been open down the field. I don't know if he saw something else. I'm seeing 3 defenders. I think Reed had made a nice post route down the middle of the field.
I think you're right.
Number 4.
I mean, you're throwing that with 3 Algonquin defenders, a corner and 2 linebackers and a safety. I mean, a linebacker, corner, and a safety.
I think Lambert's too good for that. So I don't think that's his that's obviously not how he rolls usually. So
Ooh,
maybe he saw something a little different, but I don't know.
Ooh, they're going old
Hand
school.
off to the near side to number 4, Liam Snyder.
See
How
that?
about that formation by Algonquin?
That's a full-back set. That's a full-back set, right? Full house there.
Yeah, that's an old.
Right off the left tackle. Wow. Gonna do it again. I'm not gonna put him in motion.
There you go.
With a man in motion going off tackle and getting a first down carry is number 13, Ben Bertinazi.
Nothing gets people more fired up than the 1938 offense of West Point.
Right.
Hurry up offense here for the Titans, continuing to stick with that running game.
Ball's
Ball
out.
comes out, and BR just like that converts on
what a-
another Algonquin mistake. Cade Barnard with the pickup.
Look at that. Little punch in there. Boom.
Nice.
Number 23 forcing it. And
Chuck
Bernard
Swenson.
coming in there, number 20.
Beautiful.
All right, well, let's go, Lambert. Let's bring it back here. Shake that up. I let him throw it right away. Come out.
You know what I want to see
Sling
him
it.
do? I want to see him go to the. I want to see him run that trap right up the middle again.
So just like that, after Jack Lambert thought he might have put the Trojans in a deep hole here, comes back out with his offense and maybe lost about 5 or 6 yards in total.
Mason Payton back there.
They're gonna give it to Mason. Yeah,
Payton
they
with
are.
a carry, going to the far
Oh, he
side,
got
may have
tripped up.
slipped.
Well, he knows it too.
Second down. Trip picks up 2. It'll be second and 8.
I thought he did just. Then he cut with the opposite foot. He cut with the inside foot and he tripped himself up.
He knows he could have made a move on there. He's too quick. You've seen him a couple times this year.
Not bad for that too. He's a sophomore? Is he a junior? Or?
Mason Payton is a senior.
Senior.
Senior wide receiver getting a 1-yard pickup, continuing to hang out in the backfield next to Lambert. After the 2-yard pickup, gets another carry here on second down, going to the far side, and another small pickup for
You know what?
Payton.
You know what that just reminded me of? That they read that so well. No disrespect to Algonquin, but it's almost like Peyton's in their backfield, and he's like looking at the left tackle, like, I know which way I'm going, almost like he's giving it away. Because they read that way too fast, and they haven't done that the whole game.
Right.
So at this point here, you'd have to imagine this has to be a Lambert throwing play coming up here on a 3rd and 6.
Could be.
Or do you try to give it up the middle here, and knowing that they think, you got Tripp back out there, see if he can take it right up the middle for you, 3rd and 6. I don't know. If I'm Algonquin's defense, I don't know if I know what's coming at me.
3 receivers to the near side, Reed, Kelleher, and Porter. Lambert rushes to his right, feeling the pressure, completes the pass. It'll be not enough for the first down, gets to the 40. And some pushing and shoving after the play, but nonetheless brings up a 4th and 2.
Yeah, close, but
They took away the inside from those slant routes, and that's all he had left to do. The only thing he had left.
that was good coverage downfield.
4th down carry, and
You got it.
that'll be enough. Caleb Tripp picking up the first down.
Trip on the carry, moving the chains for BR.
I like that, especially when you have a running back like Tripp. He's kind of built like a fullback, but can run like a running back.
thought that's
And can
funny.
catch like a receiver. On a 4th down and 4th and 2, 4th and 1, give him the ball. You know what I mean? More times than not, he's going to get over that line.
And it's worth noting at this point in the game that BR will get the ball first to open up the second half. They deferred the coin toss. And the time continuing to tick down here in the second quarter, down to 5:10.
Yeah, there's
Lambert for
the slant.
Kelleher. Ball comes
He
out.
never had the ball.
Never had it.
He never completed the play.
But did he make a football move?
He tried to. He definitely tried to. There's a quick slant again we were talking about. They went back to it. No, he had to step. He never had the ball.
The 6th incomplete pass for Jack Lambert here tonight. You did see him with a 8-yard pass to Kelleher for the lone score in the game.
You got to love the momentum, guys. This whole offense, every offensive series, I think we had under 5 negative plays so
Yeah.
far in this first half.
It's been good football.
Titans showing 4 on the line. Lambert going to the near side for Kelleher. Complete across midfield to the 48.
That was just a quick out.
Ooh, got an injury. I don't know how this happened. It might have been his own play that kind of knocked him down. If we let this play run a little longer, we can maybe see.
Kelvin Crispo, the player down on the field.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't know how. If you have a wider angle, I don't. He just kind of went down and grabbed his leg.
Not good for Coach Allen. He's losing some very good players. And each coach told us before the game, both teams were healthy. You know, unfortunately, Algonquin coming off that loss to Leominster. They get this kid Lopez.
Yep.
He looks like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, he had well over 200 yards rushing.
And we could see when Crispo went down on the field initially, he went right for that knee. And this may be a better angle for you, Corey.
So if you look to the right here, right behind number 2 here.
Oh, there he is, right there. There he is.
Coming over.
He hit knees with number 11.
Yeah.
I think.
Then he looks like
with Lopes, C.J. Lopes.
Got taken out from the bell tower.
Good to see Crispo being able to run off the field.
Yeah, both these teams beat Shrewsbury.
Yep. To Algonquin's credit, they were down. Shrewsbury was up by 2 touchdowns, and they came back to win the game.
I think that's the only kind of commonality with both these teams.
And a keeper for the new quarterback here, Owen King, into the game across the 35. And
King
that'll be
coming out.
enough for the first down up to the 34, so 13-yard pickup for Owen King.
He did that last week, too.
Little trickery bringing him out there. He can throw the ball, too, so.
Wait, didn't he take off for a touchdown in the Shrewsbury game?
About a 69, 68-yard run.
Yeah.
Trojans first attempt for the 28, timeout, Titans.
So about a 15-yard run for King, and a timeout called by Algonquin here with 4:34 to go. And it feels weird to say this in the second quarter, but for Mark Allen, this could be a make-or-break defensive possession here, because if BR does score, you're talking about 14-0 game time winding down the first half. And the Trojans get the ball first in the second half.
His linebacker play has to step up if they have any chance against that BR offensive line.
I don't think they have either the size or the quickness to kind of get these offensive linemen off of them. You see them making tackles way late, and even playing pass coverage. They're not there right away. They're playing that soft zone, just like not playing to. Trying to remember how you say it, but not get beat. You know what I mean? Play not to lose, but like not to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're being too conservative right now.
Right.
They don't want to give up the big play.
Not playing to win, playing to not lose.
Correct. Yeah, back is for Algonquin. They got like right now they're playing the spread. They're doing the right thing. They got to play with they're playing a 5-man front against BR.
King staying in the quarterback position to the near side, bowling over defenders.
And why not? Yeah,
throwing shoulders.
Yeah, you just took him out of the club right there.
Unfortunately, Calvin Crispo just got invited to the sideline of BR on that one.
Yeah.
Watch how he finishes. He takes him and then, welcome to my sideline.
Yeah, it looks like a bouncer at the E Club on a Saturday night, you know?
So
a 4-yard pickup for King, who remains in the game, has Mason Payton on his right side. C.J. Lopes goes to the far side with a man in motion. Payton gets across the 25, going to be right around that first down marker. May call him just a little bit short, brings up 3rd and inches here for the BR Trojans.
Third down.
For our angle, I thought he initially had that.
Yeah.
Great job by Algonquin. Like you said, John, after that injury, timeout, they got to step it up. Algonquin's going to get themselves in a hole.
Clock winding down to 3:20. King cuts the corner into the red zone. New set it down. Owen King turning on the afterburners here on this drive.
You know, John, I'm kind of thinking, what do you think's wrong with Lambert? You think they're just getting him giving him a blow on the sideline, or is it?
Well, this could potentially be like a Wildcat situation because
Right.
now Algonquin truly has no idea what's going on here with King being a bonus rusher.
True.
We just got away with a hold big time.
Big time, yeah.
I was watching the play transform. I was like, I don't think you can do that.
No, you can't. This is good for BR because you can rest that quarterback an extra possession and maybe get a touchdown out of it and then come back really fresh after halftime.
King again with the keeper. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Spins around, picks up
Blow the whistle.
a few yards as again Crispo falls
Another
down
injury.
to the turf.
Another injury.
Hopefully he'll get up. You know, years ago, Boston College, when they won the Super Bowl against Durfee, they had one quarterback, their name strike me. He would throw the ball, and the other one would run the option.
Yeah.
And I remember doing the change. I wanted to be involved, see what was going on. I asked the coach, what's going on? Like John said, if it ain't broke, we're not going to fix it. If you can beat us, but you're not going to beat us.
Right.
So Lambert will come back into the game as you see King on the sidelines after being that offensive spark the Trojans needed here in the second quarter.
Yeah, get him some water and then maybe get him back out there if they get a little closer.
Watch the quick slant for 6. I mean,
Lambert
Touchdown.
looking for Porter in the end zone.
Flag?
Incomplete
Wow.
and no flags.
Wow.
the only way they could say is that ball was not catchable.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not a big, component of yelling at the refs, but I mean that's kind of the one that you kind of go, all right, well, he didn't even turn to make a play on the ball.
No,
that's just pushing the receiver.
That's the only thing he could come up with an excuse is that there's no way he had a chance to catch that ball.
Right.
Like
yeah.
you said, the defender never played the pass.
No.
So this is the 13th play of this drive for the BR Trojans, a drive that's lasted nearly 6 minutes.
Well, when you got King running the ball for 5 or 6 yards of carry, you're gonna eat that clock right up.
Here's Lambert, fake the handoff
Slant.
downfield,
Touchdown.
and read just outside of the goal line.
Well, it took me a play. I almost called it.
Do you bring now? If you're BR, do you bring King out right now?
First down. First down, Trojans.
Do you bring King out now with Lambert and then really have no idea what they're doing?
That may have to be the play call as we have another
Ouch.
Titan down on the field, and Reed again falling just shy of the goal line.
I wonder if we could look at that one more time.
Might be bear traps out there. I don't know. Something's eating their legs up.
That's true.
Pete the trainer earning his stipend today.
No, that's for sure. You know what I would do? I would go with the trap again. Just give it a trip and just put in an easy 6.
I like that. Or you have Lambert out there with King, and then you don't know who's going to get the snap, who's going to get the ball. I mean, this defense can't keep up anyways. It's
Folks, clap in that player.
number 21 for Algonquin.
Get Butterfield.
Butterfield. Seeing butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
All right, who we got out there?
First and
So
goal.
it'll be Lambert out there along with Tripp.
You got-
Porter going to the far side. Blake on the near side here. First and goal just inside of 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
You got Lopes on the other side.
Tripp
There's-
keeps it through the middle for the touchdown.
Trojans.
Is there a wildland fire coming in here? You see a lot of smoke.
Number 6, Caleb Tripp.
Must be the cookout they have in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah, cookout. Yeah.
Caleb Tripp adding another touchdown to his senior season here in a playoff game. Gets through for the 1-yard rush.
Ran the trap. That's all they did. They blew the 2 guys in the center blew that wide open.
As Kelleher will come on for the PAT with 1:50 to go. And it'll be a 13-0 game as Kelleher doesn't convert on the PAT, but nonetheless for the BR Trojans, this kind of feels like one of those old-fashioned BR drives. It lasted exactly 6 minutes. It's a drive that was 68 yards, a lot of rushing plays, and a lot of clock control in that second quarter.
He didn't even try to connect with that ball. That was ugly.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yikes.
And
He
we,
better
and we
change
see,
his cleats.
and we see the BR defense there. And I have to wonder, for a coaching staff, what are you saying to the players here with a minute 50 to go? Is it just as simple as saying, don't make the big mistakes here? Because Algonquin's going to try something at least here to try and keep themselves in the game in this last minute 50.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think
just keep on doing what you've been doing this whole first half.
Yeah. Stay home. Don't let the big play. Keep your eyes on your head on a swivel. And
because right now Algonquin has not had a chance to test BR's secondary. If you think about it, the Squibba, yeah.
Low kick for Kelleher, picked up by Lopez. Going to the far side, gets a block, and Lopez will get to the 28.
Number 10, Jordan Lopez on the carry.
Now that kid has been their workhorse on special teams. He's averaging over 8 yards a return, at least over 8, I believe. Right, John? He's really been doing really well on the special teams for the Titans.
How about the stop by Colin Pauline?
But you got, like we talked about before this kickoff, just play your defense, know your responsibilities. There's going to be a screen. I bet there's going to be a little screen right here to our left.
Bunch formation.
There it is.
Yep. Kind of gave it away, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty bad when we read it up here.
yeah. I mean, I haven't read much in my life, but I could read that,
Like a
that was just
broken play, giving up just like that.
Yeah, that was just a screen out to the flat.
Right. And when you throw the ball like a wet towel, it doesn't help either.
Right. Well, the thing to BR's credit, when they go 4-man out of the spread, if they go power I, and they put a 5-man front up there, the quarterback hasn't had a chance to actually test the BR secondary.
Right.
So that's the only adjustment I could see him trying to make in the second half.
I think if you're Algonquin as well, you're just trying to get out of here without another turnover.
Right.
You're just like, all right, let's just.
Oh, they're bringing it now.
Oh, he's going to try to throw it a mile.
Going downfield, and too tall of a pass intended for Nicholas Klein.
It was almost caught by an Algonquin player,
it's almost
like
like
the third-string punter.
Yeah.
Take the positives at this point.
Right.
See that? It's almost like you know what we're talking about.
Right.
We called the deep pass. They finally tested them.
And, it wasn't, I don't know if he has the arm for that. I don't think that's his game. I don't know if, coaches kind of coming out here saying, all right, let's try taking a play out of their book, but I don't think that's their game, throwing the ball deep. I don't know if they have the athletes or the size for that.
I think they do. BR's just taking them out of rhythm.
Yeah.
Here's Mahoney on 3rd and 10, underneath pass, and as has been the theme all night long, incomplete, intended for Jordan Lopez. So a quick 3-and-out here, drive that only lasts 18 seconds.
Jeez.
I think that's Braden Lewis. That corner makes that play for BR nicely. Ray stayed home.
Right, if you watch, even not even just where the ball went, all the other receivers for Algonquin covered by red. The BR defense is not letting anybody get open.
No. That's motion right there. He looked like number 21 jumped. I think it was 21.
So, Dom, going back to the conversation we had with Ian Payne, he talked about those butterflies. I think there are butterflies for Algonquin, but now that we have a first half scale of what these two teams are looking like here, one team is playing like they're playing in a postseason game. You have another team trying to force things to happen.
Oh, they really are. I feel bad for them. But credit to BR. And he blocked it.
It's blocked by Mason Payton.
Great job.
And things continuing to go sideways for the Algonquin Titans as Payton makes a huge difference here in the last minute 20.
Payson having a game for himself.
Wow, look
Boom.
at that. Perfect time to
right
perfect.
in the hands.
Corey, you remember the Dartmouth game we called where the punter went off for about a 20-yard play when they were trying to do something just like
Similar to that, yeah. No, that's great. Like, that's what BR needs to do. Like, obviously that was a kind of a fluke situation. Bad snap, and the Dartmouth punter took off for a run because I think everybody kind of just expected everybody else to do the work.
Right.
Here, that's not the case. They were ready to go.
Let's see if they go to the slant or the... No, they're going to go
Trip.
off tackle.
To the near side, gets wrapped up, picking
Call
up those
timeout.
extra yards inside the 5 with 1:06 to go.
I'll call a timeout here. Just try to get regroup here, get everything lined up.
Go no huddle. Just go to the line.
Yeah. You could if you get King out there.
There you go.
With a second and goal here, I mean, you're pretty much controlling what this is going to look like for the next 50 seconds. Trip through the middle. Flag
Touchdown.
comes out, though.
Touchdown, but are they going to take
Flag.
it back?
Illegal shift. Illegal shift against BR.
Ooh, a little
That ref.
little feistiness coming
Yeah.
from the BR sideline.
Oh, I could see the ref reacting to something before he called the shift.
I don't know how he could get that flag out of there.
Oh, he's pissed. Excuse me. He's not a happy camper. That body was gave that away. Let's see the shift. Oh yeah, right there, 59.
Yeah. Well, all right.
So there's your de facto timeout, I guess, with 49 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we're gonna see the quick slant, I bet.
Trojans backed up to the 10-yard line. Lambert, short drop back, end zone for Kelleher. The second touchdown reception tonight for Jason Kelleher.
Now, Dom, I don't know if you're watching the same game as me. So is you, John. How do you not make a play on that if you're a defensive back? It kind of looked like he just gave it. Like, we'll watch the replay here. How does the corner not make a play? He was right there.
I don't know.
How do you not make a move on the ball, turn towards the ball, and put your hands up and at least tip the ball?
The only thing I'm thinking is like maybe he thought he ran out of end zone and he wasn't going to complete the play because he never even made a play on the ball.
We haven't exactly called Kelleher's name a lot over the last couple of weeks in terms of being a wide receiver. So is it possible maybe Algonquin isn't giving Kelleher the same defensive attention as you would maybe Caden Blake or Dylan Reed?
Right, yeah. Maybe they just don't have enough players that can play with these guys on the defensive side.
Trojans going for two, and Tripp will be stopped.
Nope.
Tripped up.
So it almost looked like Greenwald for the Titans. His body was like he ran out of room almost.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
Excuse me, that was
Otherwise,
Mason Payton on the carry.
he's trying to make a play on the ball.
I mean, as a defensive back, I haven't played defensive back in almost 20 years now, but you want to turn and make an athletic play. And it's not like, if your back is to the ball, you're wrong.
That would be 40 for me.
Yeah. What about you, John?
I mean, I've been up here for a long time.
There you go.
You know, water boy or something. Benny used to give you a towel on the sideline.
The AV crew. Some of the top seasons at BR, remember?
Almost went all over the window.
So everything going the Trojans' way here in the first half, offensively, defensively, special teams even, with that block by Mason Payton.
Another squibber.
Goes into the hands of number 3, Nicholas Klein. And Klein will get wrapped up at the 36 by number 41 for the BR Trojans.
That poor kid, if you watch him on this return, watch his body. He's like, oh my God, they kicked the ball to me. I feel bad for the poor kid. He was waiting for more blocking. See, he grabs the ball. He's trying to read off 53 like there's nobody there.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, he still picked up about 5 yards, but he was waiting for more support.
Doing the best he could with what he had, I guess. We got 36 seconds.
They have to open the ball if they want to try to do something. I mean, they have a kicker that can kick a good 30-yard kick if they get it, but they got to. I mean, this is the fourth formation we've seen. Guys, this is the fourth offensive formation we've seen in this game from Algonquin.
Yeah, they're pulling out the Madden offenses now.
Oh, someone's playing PlayStation over there or something. I mean, I don't mean to say it like that. I'm kidding.
No, but it's true. I mean, you saw.
Remember last time they had the full house? They had a 3-back set, and they were doing almost like an old Army.
Right, yeah, the old double fullback.
Yep.
But how often can you really practice? You were a coach. How many offenses can you practice in a week?
It depends on your
to
talent.
Right, to be proficient at it. So pulling out these other, and it's kind of just desperation.
Right.
So for the BR Trojans, everything turning out positive in this first half. They take a 19-0 lead into the halftime break of this first-round matchup here in the MIAA Division II football tournament. We'll take a quick break here. We have the halftime show coming up. The cheerleaders will take the field, followed by the BR marching band. We'll have the second half for you coming up in just a little bit.
Folks, don't forget to come by on Sunday. Thursday, 5 p.m. BR Stadium. Cheer on your BR cheer team in the championships.
Back here at the Regional, a first-round matchup in the MIAA Division II football tournament. The BR Trojans in front with a 19-0 lead. John Luck, Corey Klobman, Dominic Damiano back here with you. And guys, to say this was all BR is an understatement. Algonquin still looking to at least get more than a 3-and-out. All of their offensive possessions have been 3-and-out. They've had negative yardage for total offensive yards. I mean, it's been a mess. But more importantly for the BR Trojans here, their first playoff game here at home since 2017. It looks like they have no butterflies with them, at least in the first half.
No, it looks like they just came out and just kind of went to work and just everything's just been kind of falling together. Like you said, like they just come out. They've had huge drives. One hiccup, obviously, with the interception, but we're able to get the ball right back a couple plays later. And like you said, Algonquin just can't seem to get out of their own way. I don't think they, like we were saying right before we went off the air, is they brought every offense out in the book, and they can't get anything going. I think their offensive line's slow and can't get these BR defenders out of the way. And same with the receivers, with the BR defensive backs. I don't know about you, Dom, but
No,
same.
I totally agree. Unfortunately, Will Mahoney, number 9 for the Titans, he's going to have to turn to a gunslinger because they have yet to test the secondary of BR, and that's all because of the front 5 when they go to that. I mean, we've seen. I don't mean to jump around, but we've seen 4 different offensive formations in that first half, and nothing's working. They've had 2 positive passes on 2 quick slants, I think, that off the top of my, and that's all your yardage you've done.
Right.
The first half.
Well, for Mahoney, unofficially, I have him down 3 for 6, negative 6 yard passing. And, I mean, you can go down the list here in terms of how BR is winning this game. A lot of these possessions for Algonquin under 2 minutes. Their longest one, it looks like, was the switch over from the first to the second quarter. That was a possession that was about a minute 50, minute 55 or so. Meanwhile, for the BR Trojans, Jack Lambert, 11 of 18 passing, 97 yards, a couple of touchdown passes to Jason Kelleher. Caleb Tripp had a touchdown run to add on at the end of the first half. He has 10 carries and 53 yards in the first half.
It's going to be interesting to see what adjustments, and Corey touched on, unfortunately, the lack of speed off the ball defensively for the Titans.
Yeah.
And they got to try to clean that up. In their linebacker play, we touched about this halfway through the first half. They got to read the ball better. And they can't let, if they want any chance at all, they can't let Tripp get to the outside.
Yeah, Tripp, like we saw, like the first half, like he gets going. It's going to take 2 or 3 guys to take him down. He's going to get 10 to 15 yards.
Looks like as of this moment, they're going onside here. Algonquin trying to throw a monkey wrench here into the Trojans' plans.
Don't know. BR got it, I believe. They're pointing. Which now you're kind of saying you're kind of screwed if you're Algonquin, because now you're giving them the ball on the 50-yard line. Like, yeah, you might get a chance for a good bounce and maybe get the onside kick. But if you're the head coach of, Algonquin, you got to say, yeah, that's a great play if we get it, but what are the odds? And now I'm giving them the ball being down 19 on the 50-yard line.
Well, it looks like it was initially picked up by Noah Punt, number 14 for Algonquin.
Right, but now, and they haven't been able to stop BR. So I don't know if that's like a throwing the flag if we don't get it, but I don't know.
At this point here for Mark Allen, there's not really much else he can do at this point than try and throw some
Right.
curveballs.
No, I'm not saying he's crazy, but I am saying he's crazy.
I bet they go trap first play right up the middle. Punch it
Kelly, the
right in
motion man on
face.
first
And
down.
there they go.
Hand off to Tripp into Algonquin territory to the 46.
Got to punch him in the face, let him know he's still there.
No, I think, you're going to see a lot of that, especially here in the second half. Like you said, you're up 19. Tripp doesn't get tripped up much, so smack him in the mouth. Have Tripp go up there and make 2 or 3 guys take him down. I think you are going to see those traps and dives going up the middle, and you are going to see Lambert throw the ball a little bit. But if I am BR, I'm going to that trap up the middle, maybe trying to get him outside, maybe a sweep, maybe a counter out, and just trying to make them tackle him.
Now I would definitely take a shot downfield right now because they are very weak in the zone. They're playing that cover 1, the safety zone back there.
They have to bring a linebacker up.
2nd and 3.
Give it to him
They
again.
go to Tripp underneath, and he'll get right to the first down marker. Will it move the chains is the question.
Now, if you're the defensive coordinator of Algonquin, you got to say, what do I say to my linebackers? We've talked about them all night because they've been kind of the culprit of every kind of bad thing that's happened to Algonquin. They have to come up and help the defensive line with the tackle with Tripp coming up the middle, but they also can't leave the middle of the field open.
Right. So I think you need to take another yard back, half step back, and read the ball better because what you're doing right now is not working. He just ran off 2-3 different
Hand
guys.
off to Tripp, bouncing off defenders left and right, and still picking up about 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah.
You talked about the yards after contact for Caleb Tripp, and that's really been where he's shined this year.
He has that kind of old school BR kind of running back. Maybe even like that, like late 90s, even Brockton had, you know what I mean? Just that, like, you gotta wrap him up or he's gonna just brush you off like a mosquito.
Not a good night for the Brockton Boxers, and Westwood, I believe, is where Zavarian is. We'll get you that score in just a second here after the 2nd and 6. Lambert dropping back and completes a pass downfield to Reed across the 20 to the 19, 18-yard line. Big reception by Dylan Reed.
Yeah, that's like we were saying. Like they're gonna get those. They're gonna have the threat of Tripp, and then eventually they're gonna go down the field and they're gonna find separation because they have to respect Tripp on that run up the counter or the trap up the middle.
Yep.
Right? I mean,
absolutely.
they have to. I mean, it is what it is. You can have a spy linebacker, maybe a middle linebacker or a strong safety come up and try to play that middle of the field, but then they're going to go at you deep.
118 yards for Lambert passing tonight. And we talked about those incomplete passes early on in the first half, trying to make up for those here as he completes another pass to Reed, cutting across the 15. And he'll get stopped at the 14-yard line.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? There's no safety in the middle of the field.
Right.
If he goes 0 to Blake and he does it quick, that's a touchdown all day.
Right, and I think they are pulling that safety up. I don't know if you could see it on that last play, but they're pulling that safety up, I think, to kind of take away that middle of the field.
I couldn't believe number 5 wasn't there. He went to the strong side to help out that because there was a wing. Lopes was on the far side at the time.
Well, you got the same situation here, kind of. He's coming over to help with Reed.
Mason Payton comes back to join his quarterback in the backfield. Kelleher on the bottom of your screen.
Yep.
Lambert,
There it
touchdown.
is.
Caden Blake.
Nice. Very nice.
No flags on the field this time for number 0.
All right, so they didn't want to do it on this side. They decided to throw it on the other side.
Yeah. They just can't keep up with these BR receivers. I mean, you'll see it in the replay here. They have no, and we saw it on the touchdown on the other side of the field. They can't keep up and they can't make a play with these BR receivers.
And there's the safety, number 5. He didn't know which way he was
Right,
going.
he thought he was on the other end of the field.
Bassard, Anthony Bassard, he has a lot of responsibility.
So Caden Blake pulling in a 15-yard reception.
He threw that ball so fast, he fooled the PA guy.
You should be one to talk over there, 4 deep. Going for 2 again. Lambert
Waiting
has
for the move. Got
time,
it.
and that's going to be too long of a pass for Porter, so a
I think
25-0 lead.
I think Porter should have broke a little early on there. He was going a little too deep in the end zone. I think he would have made a better play. If we watch here, we get a good look at Porter here. Boom. He went a little bit too deep. I think if he had kind of done a slant in and slant out, he would have been wide open. Number 2 couldn't stay with him. I think the only person happier about him not catching that ball is number 2 there.
So I want to get you caught up on a couple of important scores here for BR fans. The winner of this game will take on Catholic Memorial or Quincy. Right now it looks like CM will be the opponent. They lead 14-0 at the half. And how about the Brockton Boxers? Such a storied team.
Yeah.
We're at the half, and they're down 28-0.
Wow.
That's tough. You know, I mean, you look at a city like Brockton, you think they should have, obviously, the top play, but all the top players are safe. The school isn't safe. School's, in financial trouble. So, yeah, they are. Like you said, they're going to other Catholic schools, and, it's sad.
Algonquin returns this one across the 40. Nice return here for Liam Snyder.
He has been the workhorse all day for them on special teams. This is his biggest return of the game.
Now, Don, back in the day, Brockton, they were nationally ranked. I mean, that's...
They were part of sold-out games at Foxborough Stadium.
Right. So, as you're an alum, right?
Yep. That was back in the day.
More importantly, we do have an alum in the truck, I believe. If he's actually in the truck on graphics, that would be Jeff Fowler.
I don't think he's in the truck. I think he's on the
Isn't that him on the camp? No, I'm not kidding. Oh, they're going back to the wing tee.
Oh,
Pitch to number 13. That's Bert Nazi. And we'll pick up a few yards out at the 48.
He earned that all by himself. Watch when he takes the turn. There are no blockers in front of him. Well, 75 tried to hold his block. He's all by himself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red shirts coming at you.
They went back to the battle of the bulge offense.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Well, we'll see now. I mean,
now they're going full house. They got 3-back set.
A 2nd and 6 upcoming here for the Titans. BR bringing the pressure.
Oh, boy.
And feeling the pressure is Will Mahoney. And he saw this play out on the first play of the game, initially losing 15 yards the first play of a playoff game.
Now, why did the ref, maybe, I don't know if you guys saw it, the ref threw his beanbag for where he threw the ball. There was a receiver. He was between the tackles. Watch, there's a receiver there. And it looks like it's going to be maybe there's nobody there. That's a lineman.
Yeah, that could have been, unless they count 23.
Unless they count 23, yeah.
Second intentional grounding against the Titans here tonight.
Oh, we got it right.
And Mark Allen is not happy.
No.
I mean, at this point, what do you do? I mean, you've brought out every offense you can try. You've tried going, besides throwing the ball deep more, but I think that will probably end up in an interception. So
I don't think how many times have they ran between the tackles? Not many, right?
No. A lot of it's been off tackle, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they know they're not getting through this defensive line, and they're sure as heck not getting on the outside. I mean, BR's too big, too fast. I think this is one of those kind of.
You almost feel bad. Poor Will Mahoney. He's trying. I mean, the whole team's trying. They just can't get anything going. They go back to the I formation. Oh,
Here's Mahoney dropping back, letting it rip, and that goes into the Titans sidelines, intended for Jordan Lopez. And number 7, Cameron Knutson, was keeping up with Lopez.
Sorry, guys. That was the spread. I thought they were going to the pistol.
Dom, to
Yikes.
To your rescue here, you don't know what offense is coming out here. I mean, they could have the Vince Lombardi wing T double donut coming out. Who knows?
The Titans lose 16 yards on that possession. Here's a kick by Snyder.
Yeah, that takes a B out, takes a Algonquin bounce.
We saw a 63-yard punt and long roll. This one goes to the 35-yard line.
Now, if you're BR, what do you come out here with? Do you just try to give the ball the trip, see if you can get him up the middle, maybe break it out?
Yep.
Or do you do a play action and just try to see if you can put the nail in the coffin?
I would smash them in the mouth all day between the tackles.
I think you asked this question against Dartmouth a couple weeks ago
Yeah,
at
and
this
they-
point
and then
in the
they-
game.
And what did they do, John?
Ripped off a 69-yard passing play.
touchdown pass, yeah. I just say you come out and you do that because what the heck, you know what I mean? Like, hey, it is what it is. You're already up, you know?
Right. That's what I would do. I'd keep it right between the tackles. They only get 4 down. They went to a 4-3.
Lambert, short drop back, has the time complete.
Catch.
On the near side to Caden Blake to the 48. And things are starting to click once again between Lambert and Blake.
Yeah, absolutely. You're looking at that timing, that 3-step drop, doesn't show his face. Nice throw. Perfect. And who's supposed to be, on the coverage there? I mean, nowhere near him.
Giving them a lot of space.
And we've been talking about that almost the whole game here. I mean, you look at every play, there's, 5 to 10 yards between the defender and every receiver. Like right here, number 12. I don't know what happened to him, if he hit like a speed bump. Yeah, right. Yeah, he might have fallen down. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, we could have.
I mean,
They're going back to that cover 1. The only one back there is the safety.
Right.
Everyone else is playing man.
Takes the handoff downfield, incomplete.
Yeah, that's
and a flag comes in on Poirier.
He most certainly did.
Yeah, I'm surprised the refs aren't kind of swallowing the flags at this point in the game, but.
Yeah, but if you don't do it now, this crew is not going to get picked to move on to another game.
Right. Yeah, because they do study these games.
Oh, yeah. Interference. Notice how he's not animate as much as he was on that motion call.
Yeah, I don't know how he finds that flag. He stuffs it into his kneecap.
Oh, yeah, he grabbed him right there.
Yeah.
That came from the official downfield.
Excuse me, that ball was definitely catchable.
Yeah.
So the VR Trojans putting themselves in line here for quite the first game of a postseason run after an excellent season, losing the first 3, coming back, winning the next 5, and now winning their first playoff game in a long time by 25 points. Lambert stepping into the throw for Blake, but the pass too long as he was being kept up stride for stride with Poirier down the sideline.
So this kind of brings a weird thing for when you play Brockton on Thanksgiving. You want to get all the seniors out there, but you're also thinking, this is a hell of a team. Like, we don't want to go out there and get anybody hurt on Thanksgiving, especially against Brockton. A lot of big kids, and they're angry too because they've had a crappy season. What do you do on that Thanksgiving game? You obviously want to win it. You want the Cape Cod Trophy and all that, but
you play the first quarter and then you put the JV kids in.
Yeah. Especially if you're playing Catholic Memorial, that's no slouch of a team.
Well, the Catholic Memorial will be next weekend, right? So that'll be before.
Before things, yeah, you're right. Yep.
We are trying to
There's a
put
trap.
the final touches
There it
here.
is.
Trip off to the house.
See ya.
Kayla Tripp, 37 yards to the end zone.
It was just a matter of time for that trip, and they were gonna go second level and take out those linebackers. That was beautiful.
Well, you see the replay. It doesn't look like anybody who wanted to even get in his way.
See how they opened that up? I could drove my car through there.
Yeah, that kid was like, yeah, right, I'm not touching him.
Kayla Tripp, untouched.
Yeah.
What will most likely be his final game here at the regional.
Gentlemen, I got a feeling you're gonna. Oh, we're almost in the mercy rule. What's mercy's 35 in the John in the National High School foot was at 35. The clock starts automatically running, I believe.
Kelleher on for the PAC, up and through this time.
So 35, yeah. So they need another
something
score,
like that, right?
Yeah.
Definitely looks like a very focused BR football team coming into this game. Of course, there were a lot of questions coming out of that last game last week against Shrewsbury, Tom. A 20-13 win against a 1-6 football team. Ian Bain mentioned it to the Enterprise, mentioned it to us. It was kind of that kick in the backside. You need to kind of refocus yourself for a playoff game like this, because if you go into this game just blowing doors on everybody, it kind of throws the focus off a little bit, I'd imagine, for some of the players.
Yeah, you know what, as you said that, I'm thinking to myself, every now and then I do think. But when I do, I'm thinking, the coach in me is saying, well, it's time to get the young kids in there. It's time to get these other kids in there, because right now, for for what it's worth, the game's pretty much over.
For all intents and purposes,
I couldn't get out of my mouth quick enough. Thank you. And you might as well get, these other kids need work.
this is taken back by Lopez.
Trying the old reverse.
Yeah, they are. That's a Brockton High School player right there.
Nice return to the 35-yard line.
Jordan Lopez, I believe. Yep. This is a great play if you pull it off. And they did. I mean, they're averaging over, 8 yards, almost 10 yards on a kickoff return.
That's been their bright spot of the night, right?
Yeah.
I mean, kickoff returns.
It's been legitimately all 3 and outs here for the Titans offense.
Let's see if they try to get some younger players, and they're going to go back to that full house set.
Yeah.
3 backs.
Kind of like a wishbone, kind of, just not something you see every day. Now they're going with motion.
Mahoney hands off to number 4. It looks like that's Snyder who will pick up about a yard or so on the play.
I don't want to sound too much like Omer, but watch how C.J. Lopes on the other side. He just, see ya. You're not going by me.
And not to say that they're giving up, but it does seem kind of weird that you're down
You got him
32 in the third quarter, and you're coming out with the, what do I call it, the West Point offense from 1938, getting 1 yard, 1 yard, 2 yards, and then punt. It just doesn't make sense. Like, you think you'd come out and say, all right, guys, we're going to give this one last shot to at least get into the game, and to come out with a spread offense, throw the ball around a little bit, take some chances.
And a face mask being called against the BR Trojans, so.
But definitely kind of like
some yards at least for the Titans.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's the way you got to get them, I guess that's the way you got to get them. But
now,
at least they can get a first down.
So I'm looking at Algonquin. They're a very athletic team, and the things that's killing them is that rush by BR, the way they're starting off the line. I'm just not a fan of them going to this full house.
No, I'm not either. I think it's giving up.
Cutting through a couple of defenders into BR territory. Decent carry there for number 23, Alex Free.
Good for him. That's probably their best run of the day.
About a 6-yard carry.
I guess my point is go back to the spread, make BR challenge you, as far as coverage, and throw the ball.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, you might as well, right?
I mean, you got the God-given ability. You got the talent on that team. The Algonquin team's not a non-talented team. That you can't.
Oof.
How about that defense?
And this looks like you're playing with your cousins on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Your grandmother just tried to run up the middle and got thrown into the backfield.
Number 79, Matthew Poe, with a huge stop there, blowing through into the offensive line. I think Lopes was in there as well, helping out.
So they took out Deshaun Jenkins. They put Poe in for him. Is that safe to say? I think.
Yeah, I think they're starting to trickle some of the younger kids in there.
Good for them.
Coming back to the near side, and
first down.
How about that? The first down conversion besides a penalty for the Titans here tonight, and it comes with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Well, you're going to have a pause.
There it is right there. They can't even pull the guys across. BR is just making that outside end on our side here for BR. He's just sealing that up. The guard can't get around quick enough.
William Snyder with the carry once again for the Titans. Before the playoffs, I kind of got a sense that there was an added sense of pride for Mark Allen. You mentioned it, Corey. Algonquin having a difficult time trying to get that same success. And Allen was really proud of his team, especially on X before the playoff chase started for the Titans. Going on Twitter saying, this is Mark Allen. 8 years is a long time, and there's been countless people who have had an impact on our team over that time frame that have helped get us to this point. I hope that we can make them proud. This team has fought hard against a tough regular season schedule and earned this opportunity. I'm so proud of them, but we have some work left to do. Can't wait to take the field with them on Friday night. So as you can kind of hear there, Allen very proud of his Titans to at least get to this point where, a lot of teams would kill to get here, to be in a field of 16 teams and, 7 or 8 divisions.
Right, they haven't been in the playoffs since 2016 as well. So that's a couple generations, like if you think about it in high school, right? So.
Yep.
We were 8 years out of high school.
Right. But you have these kids that nobody on the team has seen a playoff game. that's pretty impressive to now all, enjoy that together.
Oh, he's got tripped up by the center. The center stepped on him.
He had to heave that to his running back a little bit.
So they go off tackle, and they try to dive the ball. Oh, no, he hit the running back. That was the running back on the exchange.
The center.
Just adding on to the issues tonight for the Algonquin Titans, trying to at least get a score here before we're done. As we get a look at the handoff here, and just an awkward step out for Mahoney, but he lets it fly into a big gust of wind. And Alexander was there on defense, intended for Staunton. And
He might have buckled
Alexander's down. Yeah.
He might have buckled his knee coming down. Watch his body English. Yeah, he jammed his knee the way he was trying to play that ball. So he kind of like he stuttered and he stopped. He stopped his momentum, almost like he jammed his.
Yeah, either that or his elbow kind of hyperextended. Yeah.
And, I mean, that went into a massive gust of wind. As that ball was in the air, I could feel the wind blowing through the door, and I can only imagine what the receiver and the defender saw as they continued to work on Josh Alexander, a junior wide receiver and defensive back.
Hopefully he didn't pop that left knee.
Well, the doctor hasn't moved yet. He's still sitting down. Looks like his grandson or great-grandson.
And, I mean, this is the one thing that a lot of people are going to look and say, when is the right time to take out some of your starters on offense and defense? And if you don't take a starter out on offense or defense, you run the risk of something like this happening.
Right,
and, I mean, injuries are freak moments here 9 times out of 10. And it's just an unfortunate situation to see a very talented defender for the BR Trojans down. I believe the last couple seasons we called Alexander's name on defense, coming up big on stops in the end zone, and has had key keepaways.
He made a great play on the ball. Like you said, that wind, I think it kind of threw everybody for a kind of a loop and kind of changed their direction on that play. And like Don was saying, like his knee looked like it buckled a little bit, and the landing didn't help either. Now we think about it, even without the replay, you see how that ball was floating in the air, got caught up in that current? Oh, yeah. Jet stream.
Yeah.
How about that? Caleb Tripp running out to help his teammate off the field.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't buckle it too bad. So now there's one starter out.
Yeah. Now if you Bain, if you're starting to think, all right, let's get everybody out of here. Let's get like the hell with this. If we got to give up a touchdown, we got to give up a touchdown. Let's get out of here unscathed as much as possible.
So with 2:44 to go here, the Titans coming back out on offense, facing a 3rd and 10, as the BR Trojans lose a very big part of their defense.
BR went back to a 5-man front. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Handing the ball off to Snyder for about a 4-yard gain, so it brings up 4th down. And the Titans obviously going to go for it down by 4 scores.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I looked at late. I think of that. Yeah, that was what they did. Is they brought their ends up. They've been having the ends / linebackers play a half yard up to read. Now they're it's almost like a goal line defense. 1, 2, 3. There's 6 guys.
Well, what other defense would you put out there if you have the full house? Right, exactly.
Big play here for the Titans, trying to get something going here before we're all said and done. Mahoney trying to make up some lost yardage, and it'll still be a 1-yard loss and a turnover on downs.
Great job by the linebacker there. Yeah. It looked like he was going to get beat, but used his length there to make a nice tackle. Well, we'll see it here. I couldn't really see it at the time. With number 23 making a great play there.
Oh, Charles Swanson, yep.
That very easily could have gone for a little bit more.
He's looking. He probably saw green pastures. Then he looked to his left and his right, and he's like, oh, there's a bunch of red shirts.
Yeah.
I went too far.
The red wave. Well, let's not get into that.
Trojans offense back out here, 1:51 to go.
Nice.
The 8th seed here in Division II. Looks like with everything holding, they'll probably face CM next week. That game obviously on the road. Tripp through the middle, across the 25 to the 30, to the 32. And Caleb Tripp just keeps going and going and going.
As much as I like to watch him run and just beat the crap out of everybody, get him out. Exactly. Like get somebody else in there. Like Dom was saying, he's going to run everybody over. We've all been saying we like seeing him, do his stuff, but get him out.
Tripp approaching 100 yards rushing here tonight.
I mean, it's so easy for me to sit here and say, hey, get him out. The kid don't want to come out. He wants to.
No, of course not. But
you never know. I mean, we just saw what happened to
Alexander.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Plus the added caveat that for these seniors, this is most likely the final game here at the regional. Lambert
he's open.
Got it.
looking for a play.
Nice.
Caught across the 40 to the 33.
Beautiful.
The Trojans offense continuing to
Nice
hum
dive.
here in the second half.
What a dime right down the middle. Right side of the field, right on the numbers.
And you notice the wind's like almost crossing right in front of his face.
Looks like the wind going from the bottom of your screen to the top. BR moving the chains here. Tripp with the ground game. Going to pick up a couple of yards.
They finally figured out how to close the trap.
Maybe Bain said to them, listen, you guys got until the fourth quarter and every single one of you were coming out. So they said, okay.
Yeah, you know what?
Hold my Gatorade. Watch me score a touchdown.
Trojans will probably have to run one more play before the end of the quarter. Down to 20 seconds.
Watch the back judge, see if his hand goes up. No, not really, because the back judge usually has the play clock.
Yep.
He's already coming to the ball, so that means it's going to run out.
So the third quarter will come to an end. The big highlight was Caleb Tripp, a 37-yard rushing touchdown to make it a 32-0 game. And as we mentioned before the broadcast, this is Veterans Day weekend here. We thank all the veterans for their service to the country. A Veterans Day parade will be held here in Bridgewater. Also had some birthdays being celebrated here at the regional. Dylan Reed had a couple of nice grabs tonight. Last week against Shrewsbury, didn't know this, but it was Reed's 17th birthday, and his quarterback, Jack Lambert, told his receiver, you know what, I'm going to get you a touchdown. That's exactly what he did. A 15-yard connection that put the game-deciding score on the board, and Reed crediting the off-season work with Jack Lambert. It's also number 26, Braden Lewis's birthday, actually tonight.
Happy birthday.
So just birthdays everywhere, Dom.
Yep. They're gonna keep him in. Start the fourth quarter. I think it's kind of dangerous. I mean, I'm being too conservative. As they put Kelly in motion.
Second down,
Lambert.
He
has him.
Downfield for Reed, a couple yards shy, and you could see the frustration on Reed.
How about my frustration? I thought he had him.
I could hear your frustration.
Sorry about that.
Downfield.
Just underthrew him. The wind knocked that ball down.
As Reed will come off the field here, looking up at the sky.
Take your time. So now the big thing is, if you're the BR quarterback, see the back judge over by the 7-yard line. As soon as he puts his hand up, that's 10 seconds to get off the play. So I would just use that and use the clock. And remember the Shrewsbury game? Shrewsbury ate up a lot of that clock, and BR still won the game. Kudos to BR.
Reed also holding his left shoulder there. Pete Smith coming over and looking at him. Lambert, downfield, Kelleher across the 5, a hat trick for Jason Kelleher.
Wow, so impressive. And there's a smoke again.
No smoke and mirrors tonight. Jason Kelleher came to play here in the playoffs.
Does someone have a smoke bomb or something? My goodness.
I don't know. Must be a vape.
That's a serious vape in Red Nation.
Cheech and Chong just showed up.
So now we are in running time. Clock winding down here. A 38-0 lead. And Kelleher
Yep, now the clock's just going to run.
kind of imagining himself as a fantasy football player here. Imagine the points tonight as the kick is up and good.
Well, DraftKings doesn't really cover Division II
No,
high
no.
school football
So,
as much as I wished, because I would have made some money tonight.
so as I mentioned, tonight is Braden Lewis's birthday. Dylan
Yep.
Reed's birthday was last week, but we actually have another birthday here in the booth. Dominic Damiano celebrating his birthday
Yep.
yesterday from when we're recording this, and I mean, I had to kind of think smart here.
You got me a gift?
I got you some cupcakes, Dom.
I'm not taking your cupcake.
For your 75th birthday, I got you some
My
cupcakes.
75th birthday. Wow. Look, they got sprinkles on them and everything.
Well, that happens.
What can I say? I know you.
Wow. Thanks, John. I hope you didn't go over the BTV budget on it.
It's that line item right under all the pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
The expense report.
The Trojans going to be more than happy to take all the time to get themselves set up here. As we're in running time. Nothing will stop the clock until we go inside of 35 points and over ends. Picked up by number 3, Nicholas Klein. And Klein will go to the far side. And as you mentioned earlier, the punt return game really the only thing I think that BR can maybe look at and work on this upcoming week ahead of the CN game.
I just don't understand with all that talent on Algonquin, why are you running the RPOs? Why are you running out of the spread? You have so much talent on that Algonquin team. You know, they really do. I mean, I know
You wouldn't know it today, but yeah, right. They haven't been able to get anything going. It's been kind of sad.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Titans.
Remember them.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, exactly.
Can't believe it took us till the fourth quarter to bring that up.
I would have lost that DraftKings bet.
Right. We'll go back to the eye. Off tackle.
Hand off to Snyder again, gets the first down across the 40, and he'll be stopped at the 36-yard line.
All I can say is I know Catholic Memorial is probably watching this game. They're probably going to watch this broadcast. This is not Quincy, folks. This is a very well-oiled Bridgewater Raynham Trojans football team.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a game. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, it depends. When you think of Catholic Memorial, right, they have the advantage right away. I mean, they can recruit kids to go in there, and
Yep.
you know, they play a very tough schedule. So, I mean, to be honest with you, until yesterday, I didn't really know Algonquin existed. But
I mean, I mentioned them on
you
the
probably
radio.
know them a little bit, yeah, because you got the
calling
radio thing.
Yeah.
But I was saying to my father, I was talking to him. He goes, "Oh, who are they playing?" I said, "Algonquin." He goes, "Where's that?" I go, I don't know.
I know it's Northborough only. 'Cause
Right,
Rick
it's like up the
said.
Route 2 area. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking, back in the day, when they play in a playoff game, it'd be like, a big time team.
Yep.
A town a city you'd know, like.
There are also less teams. a long
Right,
time
exactly.
ago.
So now you kind of look at it, you go, well, I guess this is what the playoff game is. And now you look at it, you go, well, crushing them 39-0. Maybe this is a
Well, it's kind of goes
resurge from BR.
We just watch this different look. BR just put 3 guys right up in the center and the 2 guys. They ate that up.
CN up 20-0 in the third quarter against Quincy.
Excuse me.
So it looks like, once again, the higher seed will win that one. It looks like the higher seed will win this one as well, which kind of goes into that conversation we had a couple weeks ago about the playoff changes that were proposed.
Right.
Initially voted down in almost a unanimous vote. Going through the middle, and this is Algonquin's best offensive drive here tonight. They're just outside of the red zone.
Khalid Vidal, the backup defensive back, is in there right now. Now coming in as number 62, George Corsi. He's coming in, and they're going to give the other younger player, I think that was 79, that was Matthew Poe. So now the kids are getting some good work. This is what it should be.
Right. might get some time on varsity as maybe a sophomore, junior, maybe even a freshman. Get some time out there, be good.
And hats off to those younger, varsity players stepping up. Watch this. Watch them seal this up. Right there, number 8 is right there.
Jamison Derica.
Good job by that young man. And then number 25 also in there for BR, Christian Creed. Another younger player getting some more quality time, as you guys know. Winding clock now.
Algonquin trying to avoid a shutout here in
if BR does get
postseason game.
If BR does get the ball back, I wonder if we'll see Boval. He's the only freshman that I see on the roster, right here, Logan Boval, quarterback. Do you throw him in there? You know what I mean? Just to see, hey, he's obviously on varsity for a reason. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what the week of practice is going to be like for Ian Bain and the coaches, because typically in practice you try and point out things that went wrong, but I mean it's hard to say tonight that anything really went wrong for the BR Trojans besides that intercepted pass.
Right, and that's kind of one of those things. And Dom's been obviously a coach, so he knows a little bit more. But do you try to make something up just to not praise them too much so they don't read their own press and kind of have like a lackadaisical week? Because I feel like you have a game like this where you're up and you got some garbage time points by the other team, but you obviously for 3/4 of this game dominated.
Yeah.
So what do you say that next week? Because then you can't go out there and say, well, you did this great, you did that great. And then it's a lackadaisical week, and then they come out to the game and they're not ready. They're not scared. They're not fired up. They don't have that kind of drive because the week was so easy.
Well, you emphasize the strong points that CM's going to throw at you. So you look at your film from here.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's really not much you can say except your secondary never got tested.
Right.
You controlled the first 5 yards offensively.
Every time. Yep.
Yep. Defensively, right. Now what you have to do is you have to simulate CM's deep offense and throw it in practice.
Right.
And say, this is hypothetically, this is number 3, this is number 25. This is what they love to do. They're going to do like that. And you keep on beating it and beating it and beating it.
And I think Catholic Memorial, and they have in the past, they always have a good offensive line, defensive line. A lot of them get recruited Division II, Division I.
Yep.
A lot of Stonehill, a lot of Boston College, UMaine, a couple other guys that go in. Like you said, they do recruit. They do things a little different because it's a Catholic school. It's a different kind of program.
Yeah.
You're going to have good players. It's Division II, but you're going to, as we see on BR, they have some really great players. Catholic Memorial, I think, is no joke, and I think you've seen that playing against Quincy. They're killing them.
I think you're going to see that with BR now. These kids that have a chance to go back to Bridgewater Raynham are going to turn down those other schools because they see how this program's turning around.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not the laughing stock we got teams that didn't achieve in the past. Now this team is showing they can do it under new leadership.
Right.
So during that conversation, Alex Freeve avoided the shutout for the Titans to make it a 39-7 lead. As,
foul tip.
Foul tip. Right off his foot.
Yep.
And at the start of the season, really nobody had Bridgewater Raynham being a top 8 seed in the postseason. I mean, a lot of people had them maybe making it as a 12 or a 13 seed. You had the 3-game losing streak to start things off. But then the last 5 games, I mean, the Trojans just truly took off. And this is a great team getting set to take on the top team in Division II for what should be an awesome game coming up next week. A bobble pickup there. And making something out of nothing. So
to kind of go back to what you were saying, John, we did the first game of the year against Barnstable. And we saw some light that they were trying to get it together. I mean, it was a back-and-forth game. Most of the game, Barnstable ultimately came out with the victory. But we did definitely see, like, they were forming something. They were starting something. And Barnstable's no joke of a team either.
Yeah, that's true. But on that last one, just to touch on that miscue, initially on that kickoff, there were only 10 guys. And that's the JV kickoff team that just were out there.
Yep.
And thank God he dropped the ball. The wind blew the ball over.
Right.
They were initially playing with 10 guys on that kickoff. So now we're going to see you'll see the JV guys.
So this will be the last play of the game coming up here with 30 seconds left.
You might as well just take a knee. Oh, they're going to run a play. Looks like they're going to run a play.
Maybe get a play in here, give them an opportunity since you threw the helmet and pads on. Kind of cross to the near side and pull down. That's number 43 with the carry, Caden Shanks, and that will be the last play here tonight. The BR Trojans playing in their first home game at the regional since 2017, come away with the 39-7 win over Algonquin. And guys, looking at this score, it wasn't even that close, it felt like, for the BR Trojans.
No.
Not even close at all.
So we do want to thank our crew, braving the elements out there, the wind gusts, the drop in temperatures, as the BR Trojans win what will probably be their final home game of the season, 39-7 here at the regional. So for Dominic Damiano and Corey Cloudman, I'm John Luck. We'll talk to you later.